Hi everybody, it's Anne here from Positively Papercraft. I'm back with another video and we have another spin-off of the advent calendar, and honestly this thing, it's just, my head's just been going crazy with ideas. So I want to show you this one. It's easier than the house which we made last week. Will you see this one? How it's got snow in, how cool is that? Now also, look, that actually looks like you can just walk in there and just go way back into the forest, which I think is so cool. Now, show you as well. Of course, we have little lights in. How beautiful is that? But that actually looks like you can just walk into those trees and wander off into the forest. So it's got acetate, has the sort of fake snow poured in. Very simple to make because it's just a sort of square or maybe a rectangle. I've put a die cut on the front, I've covered it with paper on the back. Very neat, the lights are hidden in there. I've made a little box for the lights. So this is absolutely gorgeous, but I can't get over how it really does look like you can just wander in there. So very simple, and if you stick around I'm going to show you how easy this is to make. Okay everyone, so let's get on with making this adorable little sort of shaker box. Now you're going to need 4 pieces of card for now. You only need 3 sheets of A4 for this. You need 2 which are 9.5 by 5.5, 2 which are 6 by 5.5. So take the 9 by 5.5. On the 5.5 inch side, you're going to score it at 1/2 inch. 2.5, 3 and 5. Okay, turn it to the long side and score at 1/2 inch. Then at 1 inch, score just down to the second score line. Turn it round 1/2 inch again. We need to score that score line again, but we need it on the same side, so I'm just going to flip it over. You can see the score line there. So again at 1 inch, just down to the second score line, 1, 2. Do this again with the other bit, exactly the same. So your smaller pieces, 5.5 inch side, 1/2 inch, 2.5, is that right? Yep, 3 and 5. That's it for that one. Again, 1/2 inch, 2.5, 3 and 5. That's the scoring done. Right, I'm just going to quickly fold and burnish them. Okay, that's that. Now I'm going to have to keep remembering to say this because people ask a lot. I'm using 300 GSM white cardstock. It's not just because of the thickness I use this, it's the quality. It is just beautiful card. It doesn't crack. It's beautiful. I'll put the link. This is the only white card I will use for A4, 12 by 12. I think you can get it. I haven't got any, but this is the only card I will use now. It is beautiful. It's just lovely. It's so nice. Anyway, so this is just the same as last week, or the week before actually. So where you have your 1/2 inch score lines, if you don't know the videos, I'll link them either above now or at the end of this video. So you're going to cut up this partial score line. These scissors are just so good, honestly, and now that I think people are ordering them, they're cottoning on that, you know, I'm telling the truth, they are good, and I'm just selling so many, but they are, for the price, they are amazing. So go up here and then up here. I think my only regret, I said before, is I just regret paying like £25–30 for scissors when these are just a few pound, and they're brilliant. And then again up this one, straight up here, and then just going like that. So that's what you're going to do. It's exactly the same as the advent calendar we did a couple of weeks ago. You're not going to cut anything out of these two because these are going to be your sides, okay? And it's going to go together the same. I always forget to burnish that side. They're going to go together the same as the calendar. This one, I've made this a little bit narrower. Remember, you want your join at the back. Your sides are going to go in like that, so it's exactly the same, okay? Nothing's any different. So I'm going to tell you what I'm going to do. Now, for example, this is going to be the bottom. Now, when you are coming to, like, say, glue your trees in or whatever, you have to press quite hard. And I find that the paper obviously is going to bow, isn't it? And then they get a bit wobbly. So what I'm going to do this time, I think it'll work. I don't think it'll cure completely. But I've got some of this chipboard. You can use you know, the back of paper pads. I say that a lot. Even just some thick card glued together. It doesn't matter whether it's a cereal boxes. Nobody's going to see it because it's going to be inside. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut it to this size and I'm going to glue it in here. So when it's folded over and ready, I'm hoping it's going to give some stability to it to save that sort of bowing. So it will need to be 7 inches by just under 2. So just so it doesn't interfere with the score lines there and hang over, make it just slightly under 7 inches and slightly under 2 inches. Now I might even cut 2 of them and glue them together. So I'm going to cut them and then I'll be back. Right, I'm actually going to show you this. I do cut it in the trimmer. Now, sometimes it doesn't cut all the way through, but that's fine. I can do the rest with my scissors. So I've cut it, as you can see, about 6 7/8 actually. And then it's going to be just under 2 inches. And I'll just run it 3 or 4 times. And you just end up with that, and then all you need to do is just run your scissors in there if you are using, you know, like a chipboard. It gives you, you know, the start of it. There. So as I said, that is going to get glued in to here. And that will definitely sturdy that up. So I might put 2 in. So I will need 4 altogether. I'll finish this and I'll be back. Okay, yeah, and what am I thinking of? I'm saying cut 4, 2 for the other bit. we won't really need to put them in because the top bit, we're not gluing anything on it, are we? Unless you want to, you could sturdy it up by adding some on the top, and it would also give it some extra weight as well. So I've cut them, I might as well put them in both, but originally I wanted to just have it in the bottom. So I've cut two, just glue them together. As I said, no one's going to see them, it doesn't matter what they look like. And on this bit here, that's why I said cut them a little bit smaller so they don't interfere with the score lines, and they definitely don't hang over because there's a little gap. And then the other one, I'm just thinking, let me check this. Yeah, that's fine. I was wondering if the tabs were going to interfere with this. So I've got two in here, and the idea is it's going to make it a lot more sturdy when we come to glue our little trees and figures on. You see, it's going to stop straight away. It stopped that bowing of when you put them on. So it's another little light bulb moment I had. I mean, if you wanted to, I'm getting carried away, but if you wanted to, you could do it for all sides. It would make it solid, really, wouldn't it? So you're going to glue this frame together. Yeah, it's so much more sturdier now. Don't know why I didn't think that before. Right, so glue this together. And this, remember, you want your joins at the back. That will go in there. Yeah, it doesn't interfere at all. And I'll tell you what else it stops. It stops the little gaping pieces in the side. Oh yes, no, I didn't think of this. Right, there you go, as a new way to make them then. So this is exactly the same. So I'm definitely going to put them in the top as well. And like I said, if you wanted to, you could even add little figures on the top now. So remember, it's glue in here, glue in here, and it's on the outside of your tab. So I think this will be the last variation of this for now. I'm thinking about doing a 10 Christmas cards again. I get asked about that a lot. So I'm going to work on that. Hopefully with you next week. Oh, this is so much better with this chipboard in. I mean, look, you can stand it up and stuff, and it's not hollow anymore, so brilliant there. And you've lost that gaping. It doesn't even happen when you press it, so definitely put some thick chipboard or thick cardboard glue together in. Right, I'll get on with this. Seriously, I cannot tell you the difference in this frame with adding this chipboard. It's unbelievable. It's not bendy, it's solid. Yeah, definitely do that. Right, so the next part is now for the background. Let me get this right. We're not going to do this bit yet, but I'm just going to explain. You can use paper pads, obviously, but I wanted like a sort of, I don't know, do you know what I mean? I do have some of these, but then they're in 12 by 12s and I feel like you're cutting most of it away. So what I did was I went on Etsy. I think a lot of you know I'm addicted to Etsy. I bought a couple of these. I'll put the links for them. You got so many more. This is just what I printed off. I did them in different sizes. And I'm going to decide which one I'm going to use, because obviously it's going to be... Now, isn't that pretty? That is so nice as a background, because we're not snipping it off. It's all going to be in there. So I think straight away I'm going to go for this one. This one you would cut some of it away, but it's still... That's still really... Oh, now I don't know which one to use. Let me decide and I'll be back. Okay, so I've decided to go for this. So that's the image I want to go. Now, next bit. So we've got our lovely sturdy box now. We need our acetate. It needs to be 8 by 6 inches, and all you're going to do is score all 4 sides at 1/2 inch. Now, I'm using this heavy duty acetate. I sell it on my website. I have to say it's brilliant. It scores so nice. It doesn't have, like, you know, those marks like a lot of them can. It's a really nice clean acetate, if you get what I mean, and a good price. So I'll put the link for that. So 8 by 6, just score all 4 sides at 1/2 inch. Now when you score it, just sort of go over a few times. So I'll do it, say, 3 times. And it scores really well. So just keep doing that on all 4 sides at 1/2 inch. There we go. And all you're going to do is you've got 4 little boxes in every corner. Just cut them away. That's it. So you want to give it a fold and a burnish, but obviously just take your time, but it folds and burnishes so well. Really, really nice acetate for the price as well. I've paid treble for some of these before. Okay, so last one. Now I think what I'm going to use is double-sided tape for this. So we've got the acetate, and it is going to get glued in here. Now the easiest way is to turn it over so the back's facing us, and it's just going to go in like that. And then once it's down and in and you've got your tape on, you can press all the sides in. And it's that easy, really. So push it back out, and I'm going to get double-sided tape. Now it's covered in fingerprints. It's a bit better. Right, so all I'm going to do, remember, have it the back facing you, is I'm going to take off the tape backing, and I am going to just start sticking this in. So what I do is I tend to just push them back up a little bit to prevent it from sticking on the way in there. To turn it this way, and then I'm just going to, as I said, you want to fold these back a bit more and then get it down in here as quick as you can, I suppose. Just press it in. That's it. Push it down flat to the surface, and then just run your bone folder see it's all stuck in there. There we go. Easy. Now we don't have to worry about seeing it because we're going to cover it with our papers, whatever papers you choose to make. I just think this is such a cute little idea, and it really isn't hard to make. Just buffing off the finger marks. I hate dirty windows. My windows are covered in cat paws and little cat faces. So there we go. Now I think the easiest thing to do is to then choose your papers for what you're going to have inside, because as I'm going to have one of these on the background, as the background, sorry, I think what I'll have to do to make it all match is I'll probably have to cut the sides is with the same, because I've got two pieces, so I can cut one up to use to decorate the sides, or you could just leave it. It doesn't actually look that bad, the acetate, but I want to cover it all, so yeah, I'm just probably going to cut one up for the sides. You don't need anything for the bottom. I'll leave the top blank, you won't see up there anyway, so I just need two pieces for the side. So the measurements, you're going to need a piece which is about 6 7/8 by 1 7/8, and you're going to need two which is 1 7/8 by 4 7/8. So I'll cut these out and I'll be back. Okay, so I've glued the two pieces of paper at the sides, and then I've got the pattern for the back, so it's going to be like that. Beautiful. Now I want to have lights in it, so I just really want to focus on this picture. Now ignore the white parts, that's because the way the picture's printed, it has to stay like that so it will stick on the back. So the white bits are really just to sort of stick it on the back, if you get what I mean. So I'm just focusing on the picture. Now I want to add lights in, of course, so I've got some lovely little lights. Now what I'm going to do with these is we are going to poke them through the back. So I've just got a little mat, and then I'm going to push. I mean, you can poke them from the front at first to see where you're actually going to have them, but we're going to push them in from the back. So I'm just going to really sort of dot them around. Oh. Let me count how many there is actually on here. There is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 or 10 I think. So I'm just going to randomly poke holes in here, just where that's 2, say 3, 4, so that's 5 there, let's see, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 10. And then you're going to push these in from the back. So just push them through. There you go. And then I suppose just try and work out the easiest way to follow, you know, because yeah, just slot them through. Right, so got them in. How pretty is that? Now I'm just going to pop a little bit of tape just to stop them, you know, from popping out. That should be okay. So we've got our pretty little lights in. Now this is going to glue on the back. I need to be careful that I don't get any of the white border in the picture. Let's see what that looks like. Oh, isn't that so pretty? You could just dive in there, couldn't you? So we're not going to glue this on just yet. So turn them off. We've got that ready anyway. So the next thing is to choose what you're going to have inside, if you're going to have anything in. I'm going to add little trees. So I will be hot gluing them in. I've got like a bag of things. I might put Santa in his little sleigh in. Yeah, I could put Santa there as well, something like that, but I'll glue them in and I'll come back as then we are going to add in the fake snow. Right, so I've glued what I'm having inside. I've got little trees, Santa, the sleigh and little Rudolph. Now I have to see as well again, putting that chipboard in, what a difference, because look, they don't wobble. It was just so much better to glue them in and they are sturdy. The whole thing's so much more sturdier. So that's them glued in. Put whatever you're having in yours. I'll put the links to all of these under the video. So the next bit, this is probably the trickiest bit really, is the snow. You can get these bags of fake snow. I think you can get them from Hobbycraft, they have them as well, and Amazon has it too, or use whatever you want for your snow. So what I think I might do is I might glue the bottom of this on and then I can just flip it down and tip the snow in. So I need to line up my picture because, as I keep saying, I don't want to get the white border in it, so I need it here. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm just going to put some glue along the bottom and just a very small way up. That's how I'm going to do it. Hopefully it'll work. So glue along the bottom and then just a little way up so that I can get the snow in and adjust it if I need to. So I'll stand this up and then I'm going to get my picture in the right place. So I don't have much wiggle room with this glue. might be better. No, I can't lay it down because the light's there. I think I did it. Yeah, that's it. So press this down. And then I can tip the snow in without it going everywhere, and we'll glue the rest of that down. So get the snow, have the hoover ready, or a dustpan and brush. This stuff gets everywhere. Now we have to be careful, we don't want too much in because we don't want to bury them all in it. So I'm just going to tip it in. Look, might be enough. Give it a bit of a shake. I mean, you will get some, you know, on the table and stuff, but it cannot be helped. Let's see. That's actually a pretty good amount. Get it a bit out the sleigh. See, that's easy because then we're not having it all over the place. Yeah, I think that is a perfect amount. Santa's a little bit buried, but it's okay, it's been snowing a lot. So he's a bit snowed in, but he's okay. Rudolph's a bit snowed in as well, but he'll be fine. I think I'm happy with that actually, so I'm going to put glue. Now you want plenty glue on because we don't want to, you know, have it where the snow, if you move it, the snow comes out and stuff. So plenty glue. As I said, I think that's probably the trickiest part, is the getting your bits of snow in. I'm just hoping I haven't forgot to put anything else in it. I think that's all I was having. That's it. Picture wasn't long enough there. And I think what I'm going to do as well is I'm going to cover the back again with some white cardstock, but I'm going to put it up on foam tape so it isn't squishing all them. And then I'll make a little box at the back just to drop the lights in so they're not, you know, dragging around. How adorable is that? Oh god, that looks so real. That actually looks like a real little path, like you can just go down. Oh, that is brilliant. That looks so good. Looks like a real little forest. Oh, I love this. So all that's left to do is decorate the outside however you want. For the back, we'll need a piece of card which is 6 by 8, roughly 6 by 8, about 1 7/8 by 7 7/8. I'll have the sizes on my blog, I always do, so people don't have to worry. They'll all be on my blog as well. So I'm going to finish off this and then I'll be back. Right, so I've made a little box for the lights. It needs to be 4 inches by 2. Score the long side at 1 1/4, 1 3/4, 3 3.5. Score the short side at 1 1/2. And then you want to cut that box away, make 2 little tabs out of that. And this is going to be a little box for the lights to go in. Just glue that in there. Glue them down. I'm going to stick this on the back of the light box, because what I did was I said I was going to do, I took some card, I just put foam tape on all 4 sides and I stuck that down. You can see it's not completely flush and the lights are hanging out the bottom. So the little box, I'm just going to put it here. So just glue on the back. Just going to glue the little box here. And then you can turn your lights on and just drop the little box in there. You ready? I'll show you this. How gorgeous is that? And I put, oh no, it's moved, sort that out. I put a Merry Christmas on. I cut it out from foam tape and then silver glitter card, and there we have it. I think that actually looks so real. It really does look like it sort of goes back. I think it's obviously the paper that I got from Etsy, but I'll put the links for everything that I've used under the video. If there is anything I've missed off, just message me or leave a comment on YouTube and I'll try and put up what I've missed off. But I think everything should be there that I know of anyway. And I just glued that on the top. But that is absolutely adorable. I just can't get over how real it looks. The back, it's all tidy. You've got your access to your batteries when you need to put new batteries in. And I decorated the sides with silver mirror card and these paper pads. I have these on my website. I've got the 12 by 12s now, but it's beautiful paper, really is. And I've also got decoupage pads now. These are lovely. So you would get some little foam tape or whatever and just build them up. I did have some that I've done, I don't know what. Oh yes, there's like a little snowflakes and little sentiments. I've got them on as well, but isn't this beautiful? So I can't wait to see your versions of these. So thanks for watching. I'll be back again soon. Take care and bye for now.